This Columbia suburb is booming in value, and here's why. Forest Acres is up nearly 4.5% in just 1 year, while most other Columbia suburbs have stayed flat. And something big is on the way. A $100 million redevelopment project is about to land right here, and it's going to shape things up even more. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 key reasons this suburb is booming in value. By the way, hey folks, Brent Downing here with the Downing Group at Keller Williams. Stick with me to the end, because I'll show you what's really driving this growth, and trust me, it could change the way you make your buying decisions. If you want that small town feel but still need quick city access, Forest Acres is the sweet spot. No other suburb in Columbia pulls this off better. Let me show you why this location keeps driving values up, even while other areas start to level out. Forest Acres gives you city convenience without losing that tight community vibe. Most folks don't realize you can have both, but here you really do. You're only about 3 miles from downtown Columbia and USC. That's about a 10-minute drive most days. And whether you're heading to work or catching a game, you're there before the folks out in those newer neighborhoods even get past the highway ramp. And that's why this spot holds value when it comes time to resell. And it gets even better when you look at the $100 million mixed-use redevelopment on the way. We'll get into the full details later, but just picture having a brand new community hub minutes from your front door, while other suburbs make you drive half an hour for the same thing. The airport is just as easy. Columbia Metro is only 10 miles away. Most days you can be out your front door and at the terminal in about 15 to 20 minutes. If you travel a lot for work, you know how much that matters. And then there's the highway access. I-77 connects you straight to I-20 and I-26. From there, Charlotte is about an hour and a half, and Atlanta a little over 2 hours. Charleston is about 2 hours away as well. Those aren't just weekend getaways, you can make them day trips. The average commute here is under 20 minutes, which is faster than the national average. That's extra time back in your life for family dinners, soccer games, or just breathing room in your day. Add it up over a year and you're saving dozens of hours compared to living farther out. Hey folks, if you're enjoying this breakdown of Forest Acres, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. On this channel, I share insider market updates, neighborhood tours, and buying strategies you won't want to hear from other agents. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you never miss when we cover your neighborhood or shine a light on that hidden gem you've been eyeing. Okay, here's something a lot of people miss. Forest Acres is actually its own city with its own government and services. That means police, public works, and crews focused only on this community. Roads, lights, and even services get direct attention right here. And get this, Forest Acres scores a 70 out of 100 on walk score. That's very walkable according to those scores, which basically means you can do most errands on foot. In South Carolina, where almost every suburb requires a car for everything, being able to walk to a restaurant or coffee shop is a big deal. Now, the location alone makes Forest Acres stand out. But when you pair it with the schools we're about to cover, you'll see why families are more than willing to pay a premium to live here. If you've got kids in schools or you're just thinking about resale value down the road, this part's big. This community has some of the best schools in Columbia, and I'm telling you, the numbers don't lie. Satchel Ford Elementary comes in at number 38 in the whole state according to US News. Out of hundreds of schools, being in the top 40 is no small thing, and the parents here see it every day. Look at the math scores. Satchel Ford students hit 68% proficiency. The district is at 47%. The state average? It's at 39. That's almost 30 points higher than the rest of South Carolina. That's huge. It sets kids up with a head start for life. And here's something else to keep in mind. We'll talk more about this later. Because of the results like these, Forest Acres has pulled in a highly educated population. Over 60% of the residents have a bachelor's degree or higher. Families who value education move here, and it builds a cycle that keeps getting stronger. Reading tells the same story. Satchel Ford kids score 70% proficiency in reading scores. The district and state are both stuck at 45%. So that's 25% higher than the average. That kind of boost sets kids up for success from the starts. Then you've got AC Flora High School. It's ranked number 16 out of 230 South Carolina high schools. That puts it in the top 7% statewide. This is one of the best in the state. And speaking of graduation, the rate at AC Flora is 86%. That's higher than the district and the state. So not only are kids pushed to achieve, they're also supported all the way through. And what blows me away is how these schools perform above expectations. They're pulling off results you usually don't see in high-funded districts. Here, it's strong leadership and community support making it happen. So excellence, that's the rule, not the exception. Now let's shift gears. What's coming next is a massive project that's about to reshape this community for decades. And trust me, it's got everybody talking. If you've driven by the old Richland Mall lately, you've probably seen the construction. Something big is going on there. And I don't think most folks realize just how big it is. This thing is about to change the whole community. That mall is being completely redone. What used to be a dying shopping center is turning into a modern, mixed-use project. Pretty much it's becoming the new downtown for the area. The numbers are huge. We're talking about a $100 million investment covering 26 acres, which is the size of 20 football fields. A project like this just doesn't happen unless there's real confidence in where this market's headed. The big deal is this. Home values are already climbing, up 4.5% a year even before this thing is finished. That means folks who buy now could see even more upside once it's all in place. The centerpiece is a Kroger marketplace, not your average grocery store. We're talking about 120,000 square feet with a drive-through pharmacy, fuel center, pickup service, and expanded prepared foods and organics. It's built to be a one-stop shop. Then you've got high-end apartments and more retail going in around it. The developer, Southeastern Development, has done a bunch of these mixed-use projects before. Instead of stacking apartments over stores, they focus on building places people actually want to live and spend time in. And one of my favorite parts? The new city park. 6 acres. That makes it the biggest park around here. Right now you've only got a few small ones, but nothing close to this. 6 acres gives you room for ball games, concerts, community events, or just a spot to walk and relax. The park itself is a $15 million investment. It'll have an amphitheater for concerts, a pavilion for year-round events, plus walking paths and a playground. Picture summer concerts, fall festivals, Saturday morning markets, all right in your backyard. When it's all done by 2027, this place is going to feel like a whole new community hub. The best part? Folks already living here get to enjoy it soon, while new buyers still have a window to get in before these changes are fully priced into the market. This trend isn't only local. All across the country, the same setup. Big grocery anchor, apartments, and plenty of green space. It's been proven to keep property values steady and neighborhoods lively. Now let's take a look at how this is already showing up in the housing market. The numbers tell the story, and it's one buyers don't want to miss. So what does all this mean for home values, for example? If you're thinking about moving here, you need to understand the market. And if you're stacking it up against other Columbia suburbs, the data makes the picture clear. Right now, the average home value is around $320,000, up 4.5% over the past year. Other suburbs have slowed down or even leveled off, but here the prices keep climbing. That tells me demand is still strong. Nearly 8 out of 10 people here own their own homes. When that many folks are locked in, you get stable neighborhoods. Homes are better cared for, people stay involved, and values hold up even when markets dip. That stability connects straight to who's living here, and we'll dig into that in a minute. You'll see how this area landed on the list of the best suburbs in America and why strong residents keep attracting more strong residents. As for competition, the market is somewhat competitive. Some houses get multiple offers, but it's not the crazy bidding wars you've seen in hotter spots. Buyers can still land a home without paying over the top, and sellers are still getting good activity and fair prices. On average, days on market is around 35 days, and the sharp ones that are well priced and move-in ready, they're gone in way less. That shows you what buyers want. If it looks good and the price is right, it won't sit long. Price per square foot is around $147, and for the schools and amenities you get, that's solid. While you're getting more for your money here compared to other suburbs with the same perks. Maybe you don't think about this, but this area sits in one of the most desired retail trade areas in the Midlands. Retail demand was $2.23 billion 3 years ago. By 2027, it's expected to hit $2.42 billion. That's an 8% jump in just 5 years. Why does that matter? Because when retail grows faster than the population, it means more income, more spending, and stronger property values. Now that we've covered the market numbers, let's talk about who's moving here and why they're picking this spot over other choices. That answer says a lot about where this suburb is headed. So if you're wondering whether this spot is a good fit for you and your family, it helps to know who's already here and why they picked it. Over time, this place has built its own character, and it attracts a specific kind of crowd. Education plays a big role. About 62% of the people here have a bachelor's degree or higher. That creates a culture that values learning and staying involved in the community. And neighborhoods with more education usually hold property values better and support stronger schools and services. The median household income is about $77,000, which beats the broader Columbia metro. Higher incomes mean stronger local businesses, better funding for schools, and more demand for good housing and amenities. The job base is solid too. A lot of people here work in healthcare, education, or professional services. These industries keep growing and usually ride out downturns better than retail or manufacturing. In fact, the average household income in the retail trade area is about $118,000. That's why big-name retailers and restaurants keep opening up nearby. There's enough spending power here to support them, and that means residents have easy access to good services. Community rankings tell the same story. Niche rates this the #1 best place to live in the Columbia area. That's based on how residents themselves score the schools, amenities, and overall lifestyle. It also ranks #2 in the whole state out of 188 communities. And that's not just hometown pride. People across South Carolina see the quality here. On the national scale, this ranks number 388 out of 6,800 suburbs in America. Breaking into the top 400 means it's competing with the best neighborhoods across the country. Recognition like that helps property values and draws in stronger residents. And who's moving here? 3 groups stand out. Families come for the schools and the walkable streets. Professionals want to be close to downtown without living in the middle of the city. And retirees downsize into a stable neighborhood with mature trees and community amenities. All right, we've talked about 5 big drivers behind its rising values. When you put them all together, you start to see the bigger picture. Each factor builds on the next, shaping a community that keeps growing and keeps earning recognition as one of the best places to live. If you're thinking about a move and want a personal read on which areas fit you best, email me at brentd@thedowningteam.com. We'll set up a quick consult, go over your priorities, and see how Forest Acres could work for you. The mix of location, schools, new development, market strength, and community character creates real opportunity for buyers who know what to look for. And hey, if you're curious how Forest Acres stacks up against other Columbia suburbs, I've got something special for you. Click the video on your screen to see my complete ranking of Columbia's top suburbs. Don't miss it. Click that video now to keep learning about our local market. Have a great week.